Hi everyone, Brad here, and welcome to today's training, which is going to be on crafting your vision and ultimately getting to your vision statement. Did you know that Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper because he lacked imagination and he had no good ideas? Oprah Winfrey, at the age of 22, was fired from her job as a television reporter because she was unfit for TV. Steven Spielberg was rejected from film school not once, not twice, but 3 times. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before successfully inventing the light bulb. So what led these successful and talented people to continue despite rejection and failure? I would argue that it is vision. It's having a vision of where you're going and being pretty much unrelenting in getting there. And, you don't always know the path, but you're committed to where you're going to be and what is going to occur. So your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, and who looks inside awakes. Carl Jung. So I love vision. I'm a visionary person myself. What's interesting about being a visionary person is that when you're a visionary person, the vision kind of just naturally occurs and it's kind of unrelenting. It won't just stop on its own. So if you leave me to my own accord and I just sit there, I'll just start daydreaming and thinking about a brighter future and all that stuff. When you lack that natural instinct to visualize, you need to be a little bit more attentive and a little bit more you have to take your time to actually create your vision. It's almost like meditating on your vision. Someone like myself, where vision kind of comes naturally, I actually have to I have to meditate to be more present in my life, because otherwise my vision will take over my present moment experience all the time. And it's all about knowing yourself. But this training is to really get clear on that vision, because it is a driving force and it is an inspiring force when it's very purposeful and it means something to you. And that's why in the last video we really focused on purpose, right? The vision kind of derives from the purpose. Once we know what makes us feel meaningful, a vision can start to construct itself. So this video is for, again, it's leaders of the company. It's businesses and organizations in the 21st century. So if you're watching this and you're not a painting entrepreneur, it's still valuable. What is the vision for your business? This video is for new entrepreneurs looking to start a business, both painting and general entrepreneurs. So it's the leaders who cast the vision. That is one of the jobs of the CEO, of the leader of the business. And that is you. If you're watching this video and you run your own painting business, that's you. You need to cast that vision. But what is a vision? So the vision is a mental picture of the future. It's an idea of what the future could be, but is not yet. Vision is the thing inside of us that guides us, and it creates a desire to grow and improve. Vision embodies our hopes and ideals. It gives us a sense of purpose. Vision brings us flashes or glimpses of what is possible. So why is vision important in leadership? Because vision shows us where we're heading. As a leader, you have to look forward and see where you and the company are heading. And really, all of your people who work for you are looking at you to know the direction of it. It's like the captain of a ship, right? Like the captain has to have the map. Well, first he has to know where they're going. Then they create a map. A map is like the mission of the company. It's like it gives, this is how we're going to get there. But the vision is like we're going to the Galapagos Islands, right? So the vision helps the leader prepare for the future. The vision helps the leader on course, keeps the leader on course during the rocky times or the unexpected setbacks. And vision is the biggest plan you can possibly have in the business. It's like a massive overview business plan. And really, it's one of the most valuable things you can have. So do not make the mistake, like many business owners do, of not having a vision plan. I've been in the painting business a long time, and I'm telling you, a lot of painting companies and painters in general, they just go and do paint jobs. And that's pretty much the whole business. It's just like we're doing paint jobs. And then they get a customer, and then they do the painting job, and then they go get another customer, then they do a paint job, and that's it. And that's, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's, to me, is not very inspiring for rallying a team of people together to create something. Like, because otherwise you're just painting houses, and that's fine. Personally, I'm not looking for fine as my life. I want something much more than that. I want a deeper feeling than that. And that's where vision comes in. Vision inspires us to keep going. So leaders need to keep the end in mind. This is the habit number 2 in Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The leader's vision needs to be strong enough to carry them through to the end. With only a weak vision that has no depth of meaning, the leader will just stop short. Like, there's no reason not to just jump ship like this guy is right here with his red balloon. But there's no really big, important reason to continue growing and building and going through all the difficulties which you go through when you're trying to build something. Vision is what helps you move through obstacles. So with a strong vision, setbacks and obstacles seem small and insignificant relative to the bigger picture. When there's no bigger vision, a brick wall looks like a brick wall. But when there's like a huge vision beyond that brick wall, you have the ability to look over the wall. Vision is deeply correlated with perseverance. And that has been true from my own experience and from all the reading that I've done on the topic. Vision is also what provides you with the ability to focus. With all of life's distractions, especially today, people all around us are trying to get our attention, and very powerful psychology, advanced marketing algorithms are pulling our attention. So it can be very hard to focus and to feel centered, basically. Your vision must be compelling within your heart. As a leader, acting on your vision will provide you with the focus you need to accomplish it. Your goals without getting stuck in the mundane. Leaders must use the rule of 80-20, focusing only on the 20% that the leaders can do. So I really like this acronym for it. Follow one course until successful. Focus. That's what you need to do, and that's what the vision provides, an ability to remain focused. Vision anchors meaning and purpose into what you do. So this is what will give you your why, the reason that you're doing what you do. A leader has the vision and conviction that a dream can be achieved. He inspires the power and energy to get it done. So we're going to go and do a vision exercise right now. So there's two ways that we can go about this, which I'm going to cover right now. So the process is threefold. First, you do some creative writing to build a 10-year vision that excites you. So we start off with a 10-year vision. So we're going to include everything. It's an integrated process. We include your personal and business life in the vision. Feel free to blur them as much as you want. And really, when you're living in alignment, which over the years I have become more and more aligned in my own business and personal life. And what I've noticed is that life and business end up being fairly interchangeable. It's not like now I'm doing business, now I'm doing personal. It's just I'm expressing myself the way I want to express myself in my business life and personal life. So this first step will help you look further out into the future so that you can decide where you want to be, and it will give framework for the 1 and 3 and 5 year vision. So the second thing you're going to do is write up a clear vision of where you want to be in 5 years from today, right? So once we have that 10-year framework, now it's like, okay, this is where I'm going to be in 10 years, where do I need to be in 5 years so that I'm on course? I'm charting the correct direction. The next thing we need to do is write a clear vision of where we want to be in 12 months from today. So if I was coaching you, that's what our one-page strategic plan is really all about, is what are we doing this year that is relevant and in relation to where we're going in 10 years. So that first 10-year vision gives you the context for year 5, 3, 1, all the way down into weekly and daily action steps, right? So we are breaking that all the way down until we eventually have a business plan, really. But the first thing is a vision, a meaningful vision. So there's 2 ways we can go about this right now. One, you can just pause this video and put on some music and you can start writing on your own. And if that's the case, I would just literally have it put at the top of the page, 10-year vision, and just free-flowing start writing about all the things you want in your life in the future. All the way from your personal health goals, your spiritual goals, your relationship goals. Are you going to be married? Do you have kids? How much money and wealth have you created? What's your net worth? All that stuff. And you're going to just sit and do that all on your own. Just put some nice music on of, some nature sounds and just start writing. So pause the video now if that's the way you want to go. Otherwise, I can guide you right now through a meditation, not a meditation, but I'll guide you through the process where you can more intuitively feel into the questions that I'm going to instruct you to feel into. And you can start building your vision along with me right now as we go. I'm going to go a little bit at a quicker pace. But it's all about feeling into it and just getting the first feelings as we go through the process. So, yeah, if you're going to do it on your own, like I said, turn on some calming music, get yourself centered. And for each of the sections, the 10-year, the 3-year, the 5-year, the 1 year, you want to ask questions like, what does my life look like in 5 years, 10 years, 3 years, 1 year? Who have I become? Who have you become in 10 years from now? And really, what would it be an inspiring version of who you've become? Allow yourself to really dream and stretch the belief systems that are limiting you, right? In 10 years, who have I become? In 5 years, who have I become? In 3 years, who have I become? What do I look like in 12 months when I'm sitting here again, right? Who have I become by then? What have I learned? How am I contributing to the world, right? How are you contributing with your painting business? How are you contributing with your other areas of your life? How are you contributing to your staff and their growth? What people are in my life? What kind of staff do you have working with you and managers? What kind of friends have you cultivated and grown deeper with? How do I show up each day, right? When you wake up in the morning, what are the feelings and the sentiments that you have? What kind of problems am I dealing with? One of the things I've noticed in business is you can't evade the problems, but you can decide what types of problems you want to work on. Business is about problem solving, but are you wanting to deal with the problems of peeling paint on a house and having to scrape sand and prime it? Or are you dealing with the problems of how to help your project managers grow personally, right? Are you helping them with organizing their schedule better? Right? Who knows what you're working on? What kind of problems do you want to be dealing with? So what opportunities are in my life? As I've grown a bit as a business person, I've noticed that I've had to have a lot more ability to say no to opportunities because I have an acumen to see more and more opportunities because my skill is improving. So you actually end up having to be better at saying no to opportunities and in order to pursue the highest opportunities, whether that's in your personal life. I've said no to a lot of business opportunities because I'm developing my rock climbing skills and I'm growing more as a rock climber at certain points in my life, right? These are all opportunity costs, right? You can't do everything. How do I spend my day? What do I do? What do I spend my day doing? So what are you doing on the day-to-day? Are you going to paint stores? I hope not. Are you visiting crews and doing coaching with them? I hope so. Are you at launching another city for your painting company? Maybe, right? What are you actually doing with your days? In 5 years, 10 years? In 10 years from now, what are you doing day to day, right? So after you meditate on these questions for a bit, set a timer for 15 minutes and just start writing. Don't stop until you're happy with the vision. Reread what you wrote a few times to see if any new ideas jump out at you. So this process gets your mind thinking creatively and it gives you a clear direction of what's important in your life. So if you want to go the path of just taking your own time, you can pause the video and you can just skip this section. If you want to go along with the guided meditation and the guided visioning, let's do that now. So the thing you want to do right now is to get a journal. And at the top of the journal, just, maybe do one page that is your 10-year vision. And we're not going to go through all the years. We're going to do a 10-year vision, and then we're going to do a 1-year vision, which is relative to our 10-year vision. So given our 10-year vision, what do we need to do this year so that we're in alignment and on course for our long-term vision? So take this moment right now to pause the video, go to the washroom, have a sip of water, whatever you need to do, and get yourself grounded and comfortable, and so you can follow along. As we go through this process, I'm going to ask questions and I'm going to give instructions. And I want you to feel into the instruction that I'm giving and just feel into yourself and respond to yourself with the first answer that comes up. So you're trusting your own intuition that you already know what you want. And don't try and judge it or try and analyze the answers. Just accept the answers that come up within you as I give these instructions, and then write that down on your page. And you're going to crystallize this thing over the, probably for a long time, you'll be working on your vision, right? For me, it was a 3 or 4 week process developing my vision this year, where I really took the time to recultivate it. And every year that I do this, it gets more and more clear, and it gets less things change. So let's begin. So write from the present tense as if you have already hit the goals that you needed to hit and you've already achieved your dream. So that's how you're going to write down the vision statement and the one-page vision, right? You're writing as if it's 10 years from now. I have accomplished this, and I'm so grateful that I have done this. And now that I have a $5 million painting company or a $1 million painting company, I'm so happy that I have the free time to do this. So you're writing from a present tense. Okay? So let's get going here. So take a deep breath and let's begin. 10 years from now, 520 weeks, 3,640 days, 5,241,600 minutes. For business and wealth in 10 years from now, write down the details of what you would like to accomplish in your business life and your wealth creation. So take a minute to do that. What kind of wealth do you want to have created in 10 years from now? What does your business life look like? What does your painting company look like? How does this fit into your day-to-day life, the bigger picture of your life and your dream? And just write down the first thing that comes up as you go through this process. Moving on. When it comes to health and fitness, 10 years from now, what does your health and fitness look like? What kind of shape is your body in? How dedicated are you to your fitness plan? How does this fit into the day-to-day vision? How does this fit into with your painting company and with your business life? How does it all integrate together? Health, fitness, business. And just write down the first things that come up. Starts getting you on track for this. Love and passion. Describe in one paragraph, or one sentence even, the details related to the passion for life. What's your love life like with relation to yourself, your business, nature, the world? How do you want to feel in terms of your love and passion in 10 years from now? What does life look like, and how does this align with your greater vision? Next, family and friends. In 10 years from now, what kind of a family life do you have? What kind of friends do you have in your life? How do they encourage you and guide you in attaining your dreams and your highest purpose? How does this fit into your overall 10-year vision with business, life? Are you working with your friends? Are your friends a bunch of high performers that are actually business colleagues and you're building stuff together as a team? Write all this in. What comes up for you? What do you want it to be like? Community. Write down what kind of community you've developed over the last 10 years. So 10 years from now, from present tense, write down, I'm so grateful to have this type of community in my life. Whatever is coming up for you. It doesn't even necessarily have to be with the painting business. What's coming up for you? What would inspire you? What kind of community would inspire you? Now write that down. You'll have plenty of time to develop all of this as we move through, and you keep growing with this process. This might be your original vision, the first time you've done this process. Your faith and your spiritual practice, your connection to the world, connection to your heart. Describe how you feel about the world and about the universe and your connection to a higher power. Maybe you're an atheist and that's not something that's important to you. If that's the case, you can disregard this. But if it's not, where have you grown to in your spiritual life, in your connection to your higher self? How does that fit in with your business life and your family life and your community life? Write it down. Accept the first answers that come to you. Travel. What is your travel life like in 10 years from now? Are you free? Have you achieved some of the financial freedoms that you wanted? Have you attained new types of freedom and you now travel the world? Maybe you're more of a homebody and traveling for you is just exploring your own country and your own local communities. It's your dream. In 10 years from now, what does your life in travel look like? Maybe you're like me and you want to be traveling to launch franchises for your painting company, and that's part of how you want to explore the local communities. I know for me, I want to travel around the lower mainland of British Columbia and launch franchises in key cities, and that's really exciting for me. So developing leaders and traveling and having fun with it that way. But this is your vision. How does travel integrate for you in 10 years from now? Your vision. Contribution. How do you give back? In 10 years from now, what is the way that makes you feel fulfilled the most? Usually that goes hand in hand with giving back and contribution. Maybe you're developing leaders, business leaders. You're teaching managers how to run painting divisions. Within those key categories, you can craft a really meaningful, diversified, and integrated 10-year vision. There's always more you can add. You can add anything you want. But that gives a perspective of where you are going. What is the voyage in front of you? And now we can craft the 1-year vision with respect to the 10-year vision. So take a minute, take a deep breath, shake out your hands. Take a bathroom break if you want. Pause the video. And we'll begin in a second here. Start crafting the 1-year vision. Grab a new page. And you can just write down each of these categories as I say them. So get yourself comfortable. And let's go in and begin. 12 months from now, 52 weeks from now, 364 days from now, 524,000 minutes. When you think of your business in 12 months from now, so whenever you're watching this video to 12 months from this day, what have you accomplished in the last 12 months? With relation to your 10-year plan, your 10-year vision, what do you want to achieve this year? Your wealth creation, your net worth. How much have you grown the value of your painting company? Right? I like a quote. I don't remember who said it, but I heard people always overestimate what they can accomplish in 1 year, and they underestimate what they can accomplish in 10 years. And the reason this is so is because of the compound effect. The work you do in the next 12 months will have a compounding effect. So it's not linear. It seems slow at first, but then it all of a sudden starts to spike as you start developing your business and building systems for your company, right? got to build the employment agreements. You got to build out the organizational structure. You got to put in a CRM for managing your client database. You got to build an estimate system. You got to build a sales system, sales process. What does your business look like 12 months from now? Health and fitness. What is your body like in 12 months from now? What's your fitness level? How much strength do you want to have gained? Maybe you wanted to lose weight. Maybe you wanted to gain muscle. What does health mean to you? And in 12 months from now, where are you with your health and fitness? Love and passion. In 1 year from now, tell me how you express love in the world. Where do you feel the most in love? In your business? In your actual romantic life? Maybe it's self-love that you want to work on. How are you expressing passion for life in 12 months from now? Family and friends. What does your family look like in 12 months from now? What kind of friends have you brought into your life? Maybe your work colleagues have become very close personal friends. Maybe you're growing your wealth with your best friends. Write down whatever comes up first for you. In 12 months from now, what kind of family and friends have I attracted and am I close to in my life? Community. In 12 months from now, what kind of a community do I want in my life? Maybe I've deepened with the current community I have. Maybe I've built up a team of A players and just unbelievable painters who I love dearly, and we do amazing work for our community and our clients love us. Maybe that's my community. I have an incredible team of painters and contractors, salespeople, all of it. Faith and spirituality. Again, perhaps this doesn't call to you, perhaps it does. This is the year 2022 and more people are realizing and remembering their deeper connection to something higher, whatever that is. Where are you in your spiritual practice? Your connection to something deeper, something more purposeful. The source of creation. Where are you in 1 year from today? How does that show up in your painting company, in what you're building? Travel. Maybe you have a way that you want to celebrate the end of the year. In 12 months from now, you've hit your goals. How do you want to, what trip do you want to go on that you want to treat yourself for work well done? Hitting the annual strategic plan outlines and initiatives. And finally, contribution. How do you want to be giving back in a year from now? Are you coaching people? Maybe you're donating a percentage of your income to some cause that you believe in. There are so many causes right now to be contributing to that the world needs help with. So in a year from now, how are you contributing? What does contribution mean to you? So just to recap, that's the end of that process. So take a minute, take a deep breath. And just to recap, the vision is the highest level purpose within the organization. It captures what the organization will look like long term if you're 100% successful in everything. Vision statements typically don't change that much throughout the lifetime of a business. And every year that you kind of engage in this stuff, I find that visions get more and more clear and they change less and less. And they actually grow as well, because as you hit your goals and start putting more and more things in place, there's an expansion of the vision. And it's an endless process of expansion. And that's the fun part of it, is just to enjoy this journey. So a vision statement is usually quite concise, so it can be easily remembered. So as you build out all of this as you write out all this stuff, the intention is that we're going to, in the next training, we're going to actually get this developed into a short, concise statement that captures the essence of the vision summary, like captures the essence of the written vision. So the vision paints a compelling picture of what the organization will look like at a specific time in the future. You have your 1-year vision, your 2-year vision, your 5-year vision, your 10-year vision, and so on. And it answers that question: where do we aim to be? So you might have heard of this. You're creating the painted picture. So for me, I actually have my vision statement as plus all of the mission, the purpose, all the principles and values. I actually have them all concisely broken down into a 1-page painted picture. And then I actually framed it and put it on my desk straight up. So that's what we're actually going to do in the next training. So as you get clear on this vision, we're going to get that down into clear, concise statements. We got to have a mission statement. We're going to have a purpose statement. We're going to have a vision statement. And then we're going to have principles that are supporting this mission, this vision. And with that level of clarity, you can literally slap that on your desk and keep it on the top of your mind to motivate you and keep you crystal clear on what you're building, what you're creating. When all of the players within the business are pointed in a singular direction, moving forward with aligned clarity of values and their unique contribution, friction will vanish, efficiency will accelerate, profits will rise, talent will peak, and the team will become more loyal. Each person more and more invested in the vision. So any company wishing to attract and retain A-player talent needs to nourish the team members on all levels. That's why I do this type of work. That's why I'm doing this video, is that I want everyone to feel and be called by something beyond just painting houses. And I love painting houses and everything. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's something more important than all of that. And it's really the inner development, the inner growth and expansion, so that we feel alive and we like life and we enjoy our work and we're helping people. We want to create a place not just to work, but to thrive around a greater purpose. So, what I've realized in business is that there's 2 things that make you successful. There's your skills. We need to have the skills, which is what most of the training that I talk about is about: developing your sales skills, your organizational skills, your business planning skills, your finance skills, right? Like the actual art of project planning, and that's a skill, right? Customer communication, that's a skill. That's one part of it. And then your mindset. And I'd say that what we're doing here right now is part of the mindset, creating the vision that's part of your mindset. And you need both of these things to do well in business. If you don't work on your mindset, you will not know the best application to apply the skills that you have, right? I could have all the skills, but if I'm not applying them to create something deeply meaningful, then what am I doing? So vision is a part of mindset. At this point, the actions you need to take. So you need to complete your 1-page 10-year vision. Make sure it feels achievable. Maybe it's a little scary and it pushes your limits. The action 2 that you need to do before you watch any of the next videos is, in relative context with the 10-year vision, write out your 1-year vision. Where you'll be in 12 months from today in all these different categories. Make it integrated. Be specific, be detailed. And this will give you a great direction for building out a strategic plan, which is much more action-oriented. What do you need to do to create your 1-year vision? And that'll all feed into your 10-year vision. So it takes time to do this. Don't worry about getting it right the first time or any of that stuff. Just start by making something, and you can slowly adapt it and refine it every year, so on and so on. This year I really stepped deeply into this stuff, and to write out my whole vision statement and my 1-page vision summary took me literally weeks. But now I feel amped up. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm creating. I know where I'm going, and I'm ready to face all the roadblocks and the obstacles that I'm surely going to be faced with. We live in some weird-ass times right now, and the perseverance has to be next level. So do this right now, and we will see you in the next video.